Well, let's experience that right now. Let's find out some questions, some answers from these two special guests of ours, and of course all the inspiration that goes behind this commemorative thing, all right? So let's go. Let's start off with, of course, Stan Lee, because we welcome you first off to the city of San Francisco. Thank you so much.
My second favorite city.
Oh, okay. Well, let's explain further, Stan. What is your #1 favorite city and why? And tell us about San Francisco,
well,
too.
Los Angeles, because I live there.
All right.
Sorry. But this is my second favorite, and this is my first favorite ball player.
That's a good one right there, Stan. Well, let me ask you about San Francisco, since we're here with all the Giants fans in the house. So, what are some of the favorite things that you've done here before? How many, you visited us many times here in San Francisco?
Fisherman's Wharf. I love Fisherman's Wharf.
Oh, yeah, who doesn't? It's like one of the first places to go. You've had the crowd, I'm assuming.
I'm an old fisherman, and there you go.
Well, let me ask you this, though. I'm going to ask Sergio now.
Ask him the tough ones.
I will. I'm going to ask him some of the tough ones. Now, you know, that's pretty cool to see you in a comic book form, okay? Not just any comic book form, but you are inspired here by this guy right here, Stan Lee, to create a one-of-a-kind piece. Tell us about that, and what was your reaction when you first saw that custom print?
Oh, wow. First off, he's got a cartoon comic of himself as well on there. For me, just to be on the same cover as that, he called me the Silver Slider. I was like, wow, for me, it's awesome. It definitely brings out the little kid in you.
Can you get through?
All in all, it's a comic book of me.
Sorry, we're a little hot there on the mic.
Alright, too close. No, but all in all, for us, it just brings out the little kid in me. I'm just excited the fact that I got a comic book of me, and then again, the Silver Slider is quite the nickname, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Stan, my question is to you. Let's get into, obviously your characters, what you've definitely been known for here. Here's your question right there. What is your favorite character that you've created? There's so many characters that I'm sure everybody loves and appreciates. But what is your favorite character?
Come on.
The favorite character that I created is my daughter. After that, I'm kind of partial. You may not have heard of it, it's a rare one, but I've always kind of liked Spider-Man.
Good answer right there. I know that Lucille has a Spider-Man outfit. Who else has a Spider-Man outfit in the audience? Anybody? Or anything Spidey phone? Okay.
Right here.
Now, what character do you most relate to and why?
What character did I most relate to? Well, obviously, Tony Stark. Because we're both handsome and, attractive to women and glamorous. And, it should be so obvious to all of you.
So is that inspiration you? That is it. That's a good answer, though. You got to give it up right there.
I'm known for my answers.
Oh, that's amazing. Sergio, here's a question for you. Now, what does it mean to you to be, that you get to meet such a legend like Stan Lee? I'm sure you've grown up seeing all his comics, the movies, all that magic that he's brought to every fan out there around the globe, and you get to sit next to him right now. How does that feel?
The fact that he knows my name, that's pretty awesome. All the imagination that he created, not just for myself, but for other kids as well. Holy cow, this dude put so many, thoughts and, so to speak, dreams come to life, and those stories that we create our own selves in our head, we brought them to life and put them in, just to be a part of that, to know and to meet it now, it's almost my home,
Hey, forget it. This guy, what I do is easy. I hang around, I write some stories, I do a cameo, it's fun. This guy is the genius. He's the guy, he does something that very few people can do, and he does it magnificently, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be up here with him, And in some way or other, I'm going to find a way to get him in a story that I'm working on.
Well, let's talk about stories here and superpowers, okay? I'm going to ask Sergio, this is a two-part question. Sergio, now that you have the man, Stan Lee, right next to you, what is going to be your ultimate superpower? What are we going to add to what you already have? Because you know you got that arm of yours, but what are you going to add to that mix?
Oh, wow. No, you definitely saving the hot one for me. No, but I don't know. I mean, to be honest, superpowers wise, I mean, I've always liked to, go through walls and whatnot. I mean, okay, all right. I mean, it makes me be able to go through walls and throw baseball through walls. Can I throw baseball through back? If you
Whatever you want.
What would you give him? What kind of superpower do you think Sergio deserves? Just looking at him right now and saying, okay, he wants muscles, but what else, Stan?
He's already got a superpower for crying out loud.
That's actually a good answer. You do. He is a talented, gifted guy. It ain't right, fans? We'll just do a couple more. Actually, no, I got some questions from the audience, and let's go get that because I know we're gonna kind of hurry. Yeah, exactly, Stan. Let's get a couple questions right here. Here's a question for you, Stan. What does the Hulk actually eat?
Some genius there answered it for me. That was a clever answer. Whatever the hell he wants.
That's a good answer. All right, the next one is, when did you know that you were going to be a comic book artist? Kind of walk us through that. How did you get that kind of bug in your ear?
I never knew it because I'm a writer. But if I were an artist, man, would I be a good one.
That's right. That's a good one right there. These are questions from the audience that I'm reading right here. What character looks most like you? Looks.
Tony Stark.
There aren't any glamorous enough. Maybe Tony Stark comes close. Where are his questions?
All right, Sergio, do you have a question for Stan Lee? I'm sure you are thinking about a bunch of stuff. Take it easy on him too, okay?
Well, I mean, you've named so many characters, you've created so many comic characters and whatnot. What nickname or what would be your hero name? And what would be your comic name, your hero name? You call me the Silver Side, you got for you? No, for you.
What name would I give myself as a hero?
Yeah.
Gee, I never thought of that. I don't think there's any name good enough. Can I get back to you on that? I don't want to give you a rash, impetuous answer, and on the way back to LA, I'll think, gee, I should have said. So I'll make sure you invite me here again.
Would you like Stan Lee to come back to AT&T? I think that's an invitation. It's an open invitation right there. So Sergio, let me ask you maybe one more question. Each of you guys a couple more questions, or maybe I'll do one question in the audience. So we'll do a few more here. What about any favorite comic books growing up? Like, is there anything, now that you got the creator right here, is there any particular, Marvel character that you liked?
I started off with the Amazing Spider-Man, 1 through 19, maybe 20 I had.
Only 19? You had a stunted childhood.
No, by so many. Let's see, I followed Thor, Daredevil, you can look at the Avengers.
That's better.
Keep going,
Don't hesitate. Keep going.
we can go Nick Fury, there's a few that I could just, yes, I definitely was a fan, from my childhood.
Definitely a fan indeed. Sergio, and my last question to you from here, and then we'll do maybe one question in the audience or so. Let's talk about Spider-Man, for example, okay?
Yeah.
Why, with this iconic character, how did you come about that? I mean, what was the brainchild behind that? Spider-Man. Tell everybody, for those who don't know.
I was sitting around trying to think of an idea for a new hero, and I saw a fly crawling on a wall. And I said, gee, that would be kind of groovy. No, that's yeah, I said groovy because they didn't have the word cool yet. I said that would be kind of groovy to see a hero who could stick to walls. So now the next thing I needed was a name. So I said I'll call him Insect Man, but that didn't sound dramatic. Mosquito Man.
Yeah.
And then I said to myself, Spider-Man. And that's how a legend was born.
That's right, folks. All right. I'm going to take a question or two from the audience, but here's one from the audience, actually, that was pre-selected. Did any of your superhero characters evolve from real-life friends or relatives? Any inspirations like that, Stan?
No, I never had any friends or relatives who could crawl on walls or burst on a flame or no.
Okay, how about let's get maybe one question here for Sergio or Stan. Good one. We got only two, all right? Good pick. Come on, let's what is it?
Oh, sorry, no,
Can you
no.
tell us about Jack Kirby?
Jack Kirby.
Good question.
What do you want to know? He was the...
How important was he?
What?
How important was he to Marvel?
Working with him was the most delightful, wonderful experience. The man was a genius. He not only drew like a house on fire, but he was a visual storyteller. He should have been a movie director. He always knew what scene to draw and how to draw it to make it look the most exciting. He was dependable, he was fast, he was wonderful. I can't say enough good things about him.
Yeah.
And his name was Jack Kirby, and if you don't know who he was, I'd like you to leave the audience.
Very good. Was that? Let's go. How about a question for Sergio while we're here, okay? We got two guests here, so we got to maximize this. Who's got a question for Sergio? Because he's got a busy day here, okay? So I think so. So let's get something good. Come on, good question for Sergio, and we'll start wrapping it up. We got the raffle. All right. How about you back there in the corner? What's your question?
Send me a copy of this. I'm a huge Jack.
Who would win the home run contest?
Wow.
Who? Captain America and?
Got stuff on the wall.
Or Sergio Romo? I'll leave that up to you.
What was the question?
Who would win a home run contest? Captain America? Home run, you can pitcher. He's a pitcher, though. All right, who would strike out more? Captain America or Sergio Romo, Stan?
I don't want to sound disloyal to Captain America, but I'm staying here with Sergio.
Good answer, good answer. Well, one last thing. This is one comment from somebody in here, and I think this is an appropriate ending to it. Someone says, I just want to thank you for your imagination. That's a good way to end it, right? That's from a fan right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for our Bronco special guest, Sergio Romo in the house. He took time on a busy day, of course. And ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Stan Lee! All right, thanks for joining us, the Stan Lee Experience. We're going to get going now, but thank you so much. We've got about 23 more minutes till we do the countdown to the field walk. Once again, give some Giants love to Sergio and Stan Lee for coming out tonight. And they have autographed some things already, so they're going to give those away here in just a few, okay? So thank you, everybody. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Take your photos right here. We're going to get things moving, and we appreciate Stan. You look great in orange and black. We're going to take some group photos, okay? Go ahead. Why don't you take some group photos? We're going to have staff photographers ready to go.